Hey everyone, it's your favorite anxious therapist, Benjamin France, reaching out to you all today. It is Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023. New year, a new chance to do things differently from how we've been doing them in the past. Yes, I am out on a walk again. This is becoming a habit, and I think probably a good habit for me to have. But apologize if the video's a little shaky. I'm still running on an iPhone 10. The plan is hopefully to upgrade to a 14 Pro here in the not too distant future. That actually kind of relates to part of what I'm wanting to talk about today. No, not about iPhones, but wanting to talk about doing hard things and doing scary things and the benefit of that, how that can help us reach our goals and create the lives that we want for ourselves. So let's chat. Doing hard things, doing scary things. If you are someone like me who has a very, shall we say, complicated relationship with anxiety in your life, the idea of intentionally doing hard things or doing scary things probably sounds pretty terrifying and definitely doesn't sound natural. You're probably asking, but Benjamin, why would I want to intentionally do something that's scary? Why would I want to intentionally do something that seems hard? Why wouldn't I just want to take the easier route? Why wouldn't I want to go for something that feels safe? Well, my experience and a lot of research kind of tends to show the fact that oftentimes the things that are the scariest or feel the hardest, there are a couple of areas or a couple of things that are beneficial to leaning into those. Oftentimes, the things that feel the scariest and the hardest are the things where we have the most opportunity to grow. The reason that something feels scary or feels hard is because there's some part of you that is pushing back on that. There's discomfort in that. You've got comfortable in your little world of whatever you do currently, even if it doesn't feel comfortable, even if the idea of me saying, hey, you're comfortable staying at home all the time and never going out, never being social, you may want to give me that as a response, which is probably what I would want to do as well if I hadn't spent a fair amount of time thinking about this. But I think it's true. We hit this level of comfort, even though it's not comfort in the sense of I like it, but comfort in the sense of it feels safe. And so we get in our comfortable little places, our comfortable little worlds, and we don't push ourselves to get out of those and move into new territory. Reminds me of a quote that I'm sure I'm going to butcher a little bit, but paraphrasing it, essentially is that there's no change if there is no change. So if you're not happy with the way things are in your life right now, if you're not happy with your relationships, if you're not happy with your business, if you're not happy with almost anything in your life, stop and ask yourself, when is the last time you tried to change it up? When is the last time you tried to do something different? When is the last time that your initial instinct was to pull back to something, but instead you leaned into it? You came right up in the face of it and said, yeah, this is a little scary, this is a little bit uncomfortable, but I am going to go ahead and do it anyway. I promise you, that's where you're going to get your biggest results. That's where you're going to see the most growth. That's where you're going to hit those moments that feel just joyful and feel like an accomplishment and feel like I can do these things and feel like my life can change. Remember, no change equals no change. Along those same lines, I would say that leaning into these scary things or the uncomfortable things also give you the opportunity to prove to yourself that you are much more capable than you think you are. Once again, it's very easy to get caught in this thought process that these are my limitations, these are my boundaries, this is the realm that I can do things in, and that's where I need to stay. Problem with that is you don't get any growth. And what is the opposite of growth? Entropy, or maybe to put it more directly, opposite of growth is decay, is death. So if you're not growing, if you're not changing, then realistically what you are doing is you're slowly losing ground. You're slowly losing the ability to move forward. You're losing the ability to turn your life in the direction that you want your life to turn into. So obviously both of these concepts probably bring up a very valid question of, okay, that sounds great, but how in the hell do I do this? That's tricky. That can depend on the person that you are. Some good general tips, I would say, maybe start out, if you're wanting to make changes like this in your life, if you're wanting to make a change, try to do something different, maybe start out with a small step. Maybe start out with, if the idea of asking that girl or guy in one of your classes out on a date feels hugely threatening and feels completely impossible, maybe start out with saying hi. Don't have any expectation other than that. If the idea of leaving your house, going out to a party, being social, sounds very threatening, very frightening to you, maybe start out with just going down to a coffee shop, getting a cup of coffee. Maybe saying hi to the barista behind the counter, maybe even saying thank you. Something I'm reading right now, so I'm not going to take credit for this, I would be lying. I'm reading The 4-Hour Workweek, which is Tim Ferriss's first published book, and it has this huge amount of great information in it. I think I've got some people coming up behind me. And one of the things he talks about is devising little mini experiments in uncomfortability and doing things that are uncomfortable to you. So my first homework assignment for that from the book for the next 2 days is to look people directly in the eye when I'm around them. It seems like, okay, why is that such a big deal? But it is potentially a very big deal. Think about how often you have conversations with people and you don't do that. Think about how often when you're talking to someone, you're looking down at the ground, or you're looking over their shoulder, or you're looking the other way. Ask yourself, why is that uncomfortable? Part of it probably feels a little confrontational. If it feels confrontational to you, then maybe you should ask yourself, why am I afraid of confrontation? Maybe it feels disrespectful. If you think it feels disrespectful, you should probably ask yourself, why does it feel disrespectful to look someone in the eye directly? Once again, getting back to the point of the matter, though, this is about pushing yourself out of your comfort zone in small ways. Oftentimes, like I said at the start, the things that we fear the most, the things that feel the most uncomfortable to us, are the things that we need the most in our lives. So look for opportunities for that and report back. I'd love to hear from you all. If somebody wants to put a comment down here below, let me know what's something you've done recently that's uncomfortable and how it went. Or let me know something you're thinking about doing that's uncomfortable. I'd love to cheer you on. I'd love to be on your side telling you that you can do it and that you can push through this fear and this discomfort and you can make the changes you want. So yeah, I hope everybody is doing awesome out there. Hope you're having a good day. I hope 2023, even though we're barely there, is off to a good start for you. And as always, I hope you all just have nothing but, I wish for nothing other than peace, love, and happiness in your life. Take care, everyone. Bye.